Hey there, my friend. Welcome. This is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi, founder here at the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about the carbs to avoid for weight loss, because there's so much discussion going on right now about super low carb ketogenic diets, and then there's vegan vegetarians, and a lot of people are confused about what they should be eating. Like, do carbs make me fat in the first place? And if I am eating carbs, which ones should I avoid and which ones should I eat? Well, hopefully we're gonna clear some of that up in today's video. So specifically, I have 4 categories of the worst carbs that you absolutely must avoid, whether or not you're on a super low carb diet or not. And I'm also gonna tell you about what I think you should eat in the carb category. I know you're gonna learn a ton. Get out your pen and paper, take some notes. Let's dive on in. All right, so let's get into the first category of the carbs to avoid for weight loss. And at the risk of sounding obvious, the first category is gonna be fried foods. And you might be thinking, hey, Dr. A, duh, man. I know I shouldn't be eating chicken nuggets or fried fish and stuff like this, but I really wanna get into a little bit of the science of why these foods are so bad for you that might make a little more of an emotional connection with you. So when you see fried foods, you know that these are absolutely a bad thing to put in your body. Because the reason is, essentially fried foods are typically low quality proteins, if it's like a fried animal protein. So something like chicken nuggets, you don't wanna know what kind of chicken they use, right? They wrap that in either cornmeal or wheat of low quality, so some more refined carbohydrates, and they dip that thing into low quality vegetable oils at high heat. And what this essentially does is creates a very calorie dense food. So on the calorie standpoint, fried foods are probably as high calorie as they can be, so that's not great. But what's worse is these foods are very high in trans fats. And what trans fats do is they raise your LDL cholesterol, which we technically think of as bad cholesterol, though it's more nuanced than that, and they lower your HDL, your good cholesterol. So they offset your cholesterol balance, and these trans fats are actually oxidized very easily, which means it creates inflammation in your body. So if we're looking to lose weight, we want to create a low inflammation state. And most of us who have weight to lose are in an inflammatory state to begin with. So anything that's adding to the inflammation is going to affect the overall functioning of our bodies. It's going to lower our energy levels, increase our aches and pains. Our digestive tract's not going to work as well. And then we're not going to feel the energy and motivation to go out there and exercise and eat healthy. So it's a vicious cycle. We got to cut out the fried foods for the trans fats, for the fact that those fats can be oxidized, and for the fact that those foods are so high calorie. So fried foods, not something that should be in the human body. Cut that out. And I'm not saying that you can't have it like on occasion. Inside our Fit Father and Fit Mother programs, we have the concept of free meals, where once in a while you have a free meal. But if these are creeping into your diet more than once a week, and maybe even say more than once a month, you should probably evaluate what you're doing on your nutrition. Number 2, sugary drinks and juices. So I cannot talk about how many added sugars are in juices. And I just want to call out this real fast. I'm going to throw out this graphic here from Starbucks. They have a lot of these holiday, at the time of shooting this, it's in November right now, they have a lot of these holiday drinks coming out, and they rate these drinks on the donut rating, which is the equivalent number of donuts based on the amount of sugar in these drinks. Some of these drinks have around 60 grams of sugar. That's like 5 to 6 donuts based on how much sugar is in a particular donut here. I think they use Krispy Kremes as the rating here. But point being, drinks are super high in sugar. And what this does is sugary drinks do not keep you satiated like foods, will spike your blood sugar, which spikes your insulin levels, send your energy on a roller coaster, and then your body has to compensate. And so many of us who actually need to lose weight need to lower our carbohydrate intake and not spike our carbs and insulin so much. That's why some people do well on low carbohydrate diets, because it's really resetting that whole glucose insulin signaling that so many of us have screwed up from high sugar drinks. So pretty much anything you see on the high calorie menus of, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, places like this, no good. Also, those fake fruit juices out there, like this one that's called like Innocent, is packed with probably like 40, 50 grams of sugar. You might as well be drinking a Coke, honestly. These things are not good for you, and although they may have 100% of your daily value of vitamin C, dang, probably shouldn't have gotten that. You probably should have got that from a kiwi or something with fiber and all these amazing things. So do not drink sugar. It's a big, big mistake. It does not keep you full, sends your energy levels, on a rocky roller coaster, and then you're gonna be craving more foods down the line. So we gotta get this out. So sugary drinks and juices, and I would even say fruit juices. If you're trying to lose weight, it's not a good idea to be pounding orange juice or apple juice first thing in the morning. And there is a benefit to having fresh pressed fruit juices, but when you're trying to lose weight, we're gonna lower the carb and sugar intake to reset your body, reset that insulin signaling, so we gotta avoid that category. Number 3, refined grains. So we're talking about highly processed rices, oats, breads, things like this. So in particular, when these things are refined and we're removing the hull, so you think like the white breads or the white rices, these things are gonna spike your blood sugar a lot more than they should. And this is not to say that down the road when you have lost weight that you can't incorporate some white rice into your diet? You totally can. It's a relatively clean food. That being said, when you're trying to lose weight, it's a good idea to cut those things out of the diet because it's going to help lower your blood sugar spikes, help your body get sensitive to insulin again. So on a weight loss plan, I would not recommend you go eat white bread or a bunch of white rice. And I wouldn't even recommend that you slam a ton of whole wheat bread, as we're going to talk about in just a second, or brown rice. We want to lower the grains in general when you're trying to lose weight because, look, ultimately grains, although they're complex carbohydrates, essentially the process of digestion breaks these things down into sugars anyways, and if your body is not processing carbs well, aka you're gaining weight and you know you're not feeling good, we can probably infer that you have some degree of glycemic dysregulation, which basically means high blood sugars, a little bit of insulin resistance. By lowering the carbs, staying away from the refined grains, and instead we're going to talk about getting your carbs from whole food, plants and veggies, fruits and veggies in particular, you're going to do a lot better. And in particular, anything, this is like a little nugget for you, anything that says instant cook essentially means that they pre-cooked it. So instant cook rice that you have to microwave or instant cook oatmeal is already pre-cooked and it's going to spike your blood sugar even more. So these are what I define as refined grain. Let's get them out of your diet. Number 4, non-organic wheat. So many problems with non-organic wheat and wheat in general, which we're going to talk about right now. But non-organic wheat in particular, it's a crop that's highly sprayed with a pesticide called glyphosate. And we do this because we got to keep pests away from the crops. But the problem is when we eat glyphosate sprayed wheat, it messes with our digestive tract. It kills those good gut bacteria, the probiotics that line our digestive tract, and creates a situation that we call dysbiosis, essentially where the good bacteria get replaced by bad bacteria. We get gas, we get bloating, we can get different digestive infections. And what we know from the actual research is the gut microbiome, the probiotics that you have in your body, affect your ability to lose weight. In fact, we do these things called fecal transplants. I'm not making this up, where we take the poop from lean people and we transport it into the colon of people who are obese. The obese people start losing weight automatically. Why? Probiotics are essential. They help you digest. They release either anti-inflammatory or pro-inflammatory markers. We got to make sure that you're not nuking these guys with glyphosate sprayed wheat. And I would even suggest, like me personally, I eat basically no wheat. Does it creep in once in a while? Sure, maybe. But I certainly am not necessarily going out there and eating too much wheat in general, because we do know that a lot of people are reactive to the proteins in wheat, particularly the wheat grown in the United States, very hybridized wheat. And what it can do is actually create inflammation in your digestive tract and create something that's called leaky gut, where essentially we have proteins that leak through those digestive cells because there's more space in them, and then your immune system reacts. And we have so many people who are dealing with autoimmune issues, autoimmune thyroid issues, autoimmune skin issues, autoimmune joint issues, a lot of neurological stuff too. So wheat might not be the best idea. So instead, we're going to give you some options below. Now, what should you eat? And to preface this, should you avoid carbs altogether? Well, I would say this. In the process of starting to lose weight, in the early stages, if you have 50 plus pounds to lose, I recommend you lower your carbohydrate intake. This does not mean you need to go on a super low carb ketogenic diet, which we might define as less than 30 grams of carbs per day. So basically eliminating all carbs. Those are effective. They can work. If you want to do it, you can go for it, but I need to let you know that you don't have to. But we do need to lower the carbohydrate, and I'd say for most people looking to lose weight, ideally anywhere from 50 to 100 grams of carbs a day is a fine target. Or you could go keto and go below that. That is fine as well. But point being is we've helped people lose 50, 100, even close to 200 pounds eating carbs every single day. So it's not like you have to go keto to lose weight. You can have carbs, but they have to come from whole foods, plant-based sources. So what this means is you can have some organic fruits. There's a big difference between eating organic fruit, which has sugar in it, and having fruit juice. The fiber inside the fruit traps that sugar up, slow releases it in your body, has all these vitamins and minerals and stuff that actually feeds those good gut bacteria. Your body processes that so much differently, like a whole apple versus apple juice. So whole fruits can be a part of your diet. Lots of vegetables. So if you like, sweet potatoes, you can have that. The portion matters. Lots of green vegetables, broccoli, asparagus, lots of salad mix. You can get carbs from the different veggies and the fruits in your diet. And I would just say anything that does not require a box or a label is a pretty good place to start, because when you go into carbohydrates that have boxes that are more processed, well, they probably include some kind of non-organic wheat, or they're probably some kind of refined carbohydrate or grain. So what a meal might look like is something that we teach you here at the Fit Father and Fit Mother Projects, like a perfect plate. This is what a perfect plate looks like. Half of your plate should be some kind of veggie you love, ideally a green veggie. So things like broccoli, asparagus, salad mix, sauteed spinach, something like that. A quarter of your plate should be some kind of healthy protein you love. This could be plant-based sources, animal-based sources, you get to choose. And a quarter can be some kind of healthy carb, or if you want to go keto, you can substitute this for healthy fat. And those healthy carbs might be a little bit of sweet potato, roughly around 1 cup's worth, which would be around 35 to 40 grams. You can have some squash. You could have a little bit of rice if you wanted. Some splattered black rice is a good option there. But point being, portion size matters tremendously in relation to carbohydrates and weight loss. And you obviously want to avoid these bad sources, but you don't necessarily have to cut them out completely. If you want help getting started on a simple eating and exercise plan that actually helps you do this stuff without being on a restrictive diet, then I recommend you scroll below in the description. You check out our Fit Father and Fit Mother Project programs. We have over 20,000 men and women all over the world using these programs, losing a lot of weight and enjoying their life in the process. And of course, we also have our free meal plans and our free workouts linked below for you as well. And I also want to say one more thing before we wrap up this video about having a sweet tooth. So many people feel like, man, Dr. A, I just crave carbs at night and I need a sweet tooth. Well, you know what? Some organic dark chocolate, something above 75% dark chocolate is a great way to take the sweet tooth off. Dark chocolate, the cacao itself, is high in antioxidants and different polyphenols that can be good for your heart health. And if you have 1 to 2 to 3 little squares, it's not gonna throw off your diet. And if you get the dark chocolate above 75%, it's low enough in sugar that it is a good option. And just a little bit here, just a little bit to nip the craving can avoid you eating a bunch of Ben & Jerry's ice cream or something like that. Another little trick I do enjoy are these So Delicious no sugar coconut ice cream bars. They're expensive, but they're amazing, right? All the fats are coming from those healthy MCTs and coconuts. They have basically, I think, less than 1 gram of sugar in them, and they have some great fiber in them as well. You could have a bar, they're like 110 calories. So the point is, when you start to plan ahead and get some of these foods into your house and have a preparation plan for when you do have a sweet tooth, whether you're stressed at work and you need something to turn to, you have healthy options. And again, to make this stuff really actionable for you, I recommend you scroll below, you check out our programs, you get our free meal plans, and we're gonna help you implement this stuff into your week. When you get our free meal plans as well, I'm gonna be on video showing you exactly what to eat for breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner in relation to the exact foods in respect to this list. All the recipes, all the simple stuff's included, we'll send that straight to your email. So scroll below. I hope you found this valuable, my friend, and if you did, give us a thumbs up. Drop me a comment below and subscribe to our Fit Father Project and Fit Mother Project YouTube channels. We literally have hundreds of videos all over the channels on stuff like nutrition, but also exercise, workouts, form guides, how to get and stay motivated on this health journey, and how to lose weight step by step. We are the health and fitness experts for busy moms and dads. We're glad you found this video. Hope you found it valuable. Scroll below, check the description for those free resources. Give me a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and I'll see you on the other side, my friend.